Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel or welcome back if you're new. Today we are going to be talking about manifestation techniques, if you should continue doing them, how do you know you shifted, and whether you are doing the right thing. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this thing where I break down my videos into timestamps so it'll be easier for you to get to the part where you want to watch. So I'll put the timestamps in the description below. But without further ado, let's get started. All right, so manifestation techniques. What do they do necessarily? Okay, so when you're doing a manifestation techniques, the purpose of doing a technique is to get you to get into that mindset or to get into that person who already thinks that way or is acting in a certain way, okay, who's in that reality. So okay, I'm gonna like take one technique for example. If you are manifesting a car, okay, and you are scripting, I have the most beautiful, like you're writing it down, right? I have the most beautiful car. I am so happy and grateful now I have this car and I'm getting it ASAP or whatever you're writing, right? So what you're trying to do there is you're trying to tell yourself the new story where you're in a reality where you already have the car, where you're already that person who has the car. And what the manifestational techniques do is impress and saturate your subconscious mind. Okay, and saturation basically means that you are continuously to like tell yourself the new story. So basically what the purpose of manifestational techniques is to like saturate. Okay, so saturate basically is just like continuously bombarding your subconscious mind with the story of the new reality you want. Because the thing about manifesting a new reality is that you get what you focus on. So where your attention goes, your energy flows. And if you are always waking up in your old reality, which is the one that you're currently looking at right now, how can you manifest something different? So the techniques are there to actually help you embody this new reality, to make your mindset shift into that version of you who already has the car. And it doesn't even have to be a huge mindset shift. So for example, if I'm the version of me who has the car, I wouldn't be thinking that I do not have the car, right? I'll be like, I'm so happy and grateful I've got a car. I'm so happy and grateful that I can drive to work. I can drive to my favorite rave, my case. Or I could drive anywhere I want to and there's no issue, you know? So you'll be thinking that way. So what we're doing is we're trying to saturate, impress your subconscious mind because what manifests is your subconscious mind, okay? If you continue impressing your subconscious mind with a new story more than the old story and it becomes your dominant story, means the story that you continuously think of, that is going to be manifested in your 3D world, because your 3D world is just an illusion. It's basically, it's not real, okay? It is real, but it's not real as in like, it's not real. Like, I don't even know how to like it's real. Like if you kill someone, it's a problem, okay? If you do something illegal, it's a problem. But it's not real in a sense where everything is permanent and it's not changeable. It is changeable, but it's actually just a mirror of what you are thinking in dominantly in your mind, okay? So what you want to do is you want to shift into the story where you've already have what you want, okay? And that's where the techniques come in, okay? So I don't know if I went too long about the techniques here, but we're going to go into how to know if it's working. Yes. So step 2, how do you know if what you're doing is working? Number 1, okay, things might start falling apart, okay? Things might start falling apart because if you want something new, you have to have your old identity killed, dead, abandon it, okay? We don't need the old identity. So for example, if you wanted a new car, you are the version of you who has a new car, you obviously do not want to be in the identity of, oh, you know, I can't afford a car, I'm too broke for a car, I'll never get a car, whatever, you know, you need to let that old version of you die, okay? That old version of you die. The way you think, see, and believe things, your assumptions, they all need to go capito, you know? It has to die, okay? You can't bring that shit into the new reality, okay? If you want a new car, you have to make sure your mindset is like, I've got a car. And that's like the first thing you would actually think about. So how do you know if your manifestational techniques work? Is when you continues doing it, you'll build a momentum, and if you notice, the most important shift is inward versus outward. So outward is your 3D reality, right? What you want to do is make sure that your internal shift is more important. So the real change happens within you. So for example, if you know that your manifestation techniques is working, as soon as you think about your manifestation, let's say the car, you will be like, oh, I have the car. I'm so happy and grateful I have the car. I'm so excited to decorate the car, whatever. As long as it's in the version of you, all right? You wouldn't be thinking straight away like, let's give you another example, like, oh, this person hasn't texted me back. They don't love me, they hate me, I'm not wanted, I'm not attractive, yada, yada, yada. All the, we don't want that story, right? Yeah. Toss it away. We want to remember that we are loved, special, important, one of a kind, gifted, talented, amazing, and so on and so forth. Okay, so literally, just if you ever have an identity where your first thought is like you're ugly or whatever, toss that away. Toss it away. You're not. Like, I promise you. Like, nah, we are not talking to ourselves like that anymore. Hell nah, okay? Hell the fuck no. We are gonna talk to ourselves like we love ourselves, okay? Because we do, all right? So yeah, I'm sorry. I really need like a script on this video because like I always just go off track and then I'm like, wait, where am I? Okay, but anyways, back to the shits. Okay, so how do you know if you shifted internally? Is that you will start thinking in favorable in favor. You will start thinking in favor of your new thoughts in your new manifestation. So my recent favorite one is, for example, if you are the prize and you are chosen, you will not be sitting around waiting for someone to text you back. In fact, they are the one who's sitting around waiting for your text back. Okay, that's your new mindset. Okay, your mindset cannot be like, and obviously it also has to reflect in your actions. But usually, what happens first is you believe something and then you will start acting on it. So if you find that, like, your actions are not matching up with your new beliefs, it's fine, because you have to like continue persisting in the new thought. You have to continue saying it over and over again. Or you don't have to. You can do it like a one-time thing. Oh, I am chosen, and I'm not gonna give two Fs if this person doesn't respond to me, that kind of thing, and just go on with your day. Or if you want to continuously strengthen your belief, that's fine, because if you're just repeating and repeating something, you're saturating your mindset, and that you're making that your dominant story, your dominant focus, which is what manifests. It's like strengthening that belief. But if you feel like you are so freaking like convinced, and like your mindset is like, okay, I really believe that I'm chosen, so I don't have to like persist anymore. Like, I believe that, done, like I'm done, that's it, that's my new story. If you can do that, that's great. Okay, usually that happens when people are like at rock bottom and they're like, okay, I'm done with this shit, I'm not doing it anymore, right? But sometimes we don't have to wait for rock bottom. Okay, so like for me, sometimes I also don't feel like doing some stuff, like sometimes I have resistance, and that's normal, okay? Because your ego wants to keep you safe. Okay, so it's gonna be like, nah, 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 nah. We're not doing that, because, I feel like we've already impressed our mind enough. But actually, your ego just like, I don't want to do this because I don't want us to, be that new identity because I'm gonna die now. Your ego is like afraid of, the unknown. So yeah, it doesn't want to die. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm just gonna summarize this because I feel like I went all over the place. Okay, so first and foremost, what do manifestational techniques do? Okay, number one, they actually shift your mindset, your identity, your self-concept, okay, into the version of you who already has what they want. Because remember, all realities exist. So every version of you exists right now in the quantum field. And if you want to be in that identity, you have to act, think, and become that person. That's why most high achievers always say, think from the end, like think from the end, and then you can create like goals and habits from that version of you. That's exactly what we're doing here. Okay, so exactly what you're doing here. So what you can also do is like, what would this version of me who has the car or has the person do? Okay, it doesn't even have to be like a big thing. Like again, I say it could be like, oh, this person would go to the gym, or this person would like start doing this or eat this, or it doesn't have to be a huge change. Okay, it doesn't have to be a huge change. Okay, so yeah, it can be a subtle change as well. As long as you start becoming that person. We want to become that person. And how do you know if it's working on you and it's changing you? Is when you get backlash from the ego because you're going to feel uncomfortable about the new change, or sometimes you don't even, it depends. Sometimes you get backlash, sometimes you don't. Okay, it depends on where you are at. If you've been doing this for a while, you probably can stay detached. But if you are someone who's new, you probably get a lot of backlash from the ego. And that's all right. The ego just wants to keep you safe because it does not have any reference of the new identity that you're trying to go into, okay? Because our ego's job is to keep us safe, right? It's not to help us grow, okay? So that's where we have to come and reparent ourselves and be the parent towards our ego and be like, no, bitch, this is our new way of doing things. Like today, I wanted to do cold showers, but my ego was like, it's gonna be so cold, da, da, da. I went in the shower and switched on the cold water, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, bitch, okay? But yeah, anyways, so yeah, you shifted when you start thinking and behaving towards that new version of you, okay? And that becomes your dominant thought, okay? And you're no longer investing your thoughts, energy, and beliefs into that old story, okay? So I'm reading this book currently. It's called Outsmarting Reality by Sorry. This book. I really love it. It's really good. And there was this page that actually talks about how, wait 1 second. You know what? I'll just open to that page because I might like forget what I want to say, or I won't say it really well. There's this page where he said exactly what I'm trying to say right now. God damn, I lost it. I think it was 169. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this part, he says that reality creation can sometimes feel like we're on a trial, like we're constantly having to defend our desired realities or thoughts, our feelings and our visions. But like a trial, the more evidence you have on your side, the better your case. Exactly. So what I'm trying to say is that the more that you have evidence of your new thoughts, beliefs, of that version of you who has what they want, then the better it is, okay? The more you're going to win your case, okay? The trial is between you and your old frequency, aka your old version of you, your old identity, how you used to behave, okay? Every time that you follow through on your word and the things you know you should or need to be doing, the more evidence for the side of bleh, the more evidence for the side of your desire. Oh, he did. Okay. I'm like, is that like grammar? I don't want to get into it, but like, I was like, okay, I'm reading this wrong or something. The more evidence for the side of your story, the more evidence you have for the side. Because I was like, shouldn't it be you have, ignore me. Okay, ignore me. Okay, the more you fail to do what you know you should or not or need to be doing, or even worse, doing things that you know you shouldn't be doing, the more evidence for the side of your old frequency. Exactly. So sorry for the word vomit, but I'm gonna improve that. But like, anyways, yeah, exactly what he says. You're building the evidence on which side? On the version of you who has what they want, or the version of you who doesn't have what they want. Okay, you are the operant power. Okay, another thing that I want to remind everyone, like on this video, you are not your thoughts, you are not your feelings. So it's really important to detach yourself from your thoughts and feelings, because if you are easily reactive or controlled by your thoughts and feelings, you're easily manipulated, and you won't have clarity or discernment, right? Because you are actually the observer, okay? And you decide where you want to put your thoughts and feelings into. Where do you want to direct your energy and focus? Because where you put your focus and energy is what's going to manifest. And if you are getting pulled in by your old thoughts and feelings, like, oh, this person doesn't want to talk to me, this person doesn't love me, you're falling unconscious back to your old patterns and to what the ego literally wants you to do, your old frequency, like, So, yeah, make sure you don't fall into the old frequency. That's why meditation is important, because it helps you separate between your thoughts and emotions, and you realize you're just observing, okay? And that once you detach from that, you'll realize that I'm the one in control of this shit, my emotions and thoughts don't control me, but I'm allowed to have them. Yeah, I'm allowed to see them like clouds passing in the sky, but I don't have to be them. I'm not them. Okay. All right, so yeah, let me know what you think, and if you want one-on-one coaching, let me know too. And yeah, That's all I gotta say. If you have any video suggestions that you want me to do, just comment down below. Coaching is also in the description. And with that being said, have a good day manifesting whatever you want, because if you can think of it, you can achieve it. Okay. Okay.